What's up, GOAT people? This is Jinzo Jones. I've got 12 more GOAT deck profiles that are different than the last 10 I did in a previous video. So let's go ahead and jump into it. No messing around. Get the swag out the way. The Chaos Emperor coaster. First ed Mr. Dark Paladin. Let's go big or go home to start out here. We're going to start with machines. Run triple X head cannon. Triple Dekoichi, because you want him to get Noblemen across out in this deck. Triple Mr. Bazoo. Triple Thunder Dragon. One BLS. I took the Chaos Sorcerers out. This deck works fine without them. This is a very explosive deck. One Dark Magician of Chaos. One Jinzo. One Breaker. One Exile Force. He's really good to bring back with Dimension Fusion or whatever and just keep popping problematic monsters like Thousand Eyes or Strix so you can attack for game. Tribe Infecting Virus and both jars to round off the monsters for spells or magic cards as I like to call them. The Trinity, triple Dimension Fusion, triple Limiter Removal, triple Giant Trunade. One techie card, Swords of Revealing Light, because you can keep Trunating it back to hand. I'm actually not playing MST in this deck. I cut it for the swords, so it's up to you. You can play around with it and try it out if you want. Card Destruction, Lightning Vortex, Heavy Storm, Snatch Steal, Premature Burial, and only 2 traps, Ring and Call. It performs very well. It can OTK pretty quickly. Next deck is, I call this one Donzaluk Beatdown. It's kind of like a warrior control-ish kind of deck. It's a lot of fun to play. Double Donnie, one Kaiko the Ghost Destroyer, one Reaper. Basically, these 3 cards, they force your opponent to activate a card. And if they book a moon them, oh well. And one of my favorite moves is when I'm playing against Recruiter Chaos or something like that. When they try to attack with a tomato. Book a moon my own Donnie, rip a card from their hand. Happens every time. One Breaker, one Sangan. The most underrated card in the entire GOAT format, I believe, is Asura Priest. Blade Knight, DD Warrior Lady, double Moth, one Zaborg, very handy. Double DD Assailant, Exile Force, Mystic Swordsman level 2, and BLS to round off the monsters. For the magic cards, we got the Trinity, double Rhoda, 2 Book of Moon. I actually had it at 3, but I cut it down to 2. It's very good at 3 though. Nobleman of Crossout. Book of Moon's just the most versatile card of the format for magic cards. It's offensive and defensive. Nobleman of Extermination. Best hand you can open up is Knock, Nobleman of Extermination, and Donzaluk at your opponent key sets, and you just rip a card. Most of the time this deck I got 5 cards in my hand while my opponent has 2 or 3, so it does maintain strong card advantage. MST, Heavy Storm, Premature Burial, and Snatch to round off all the magic cards. For the traps, I'm running Triple Judgment, 1 Armor. That's what I cut the 3rd book for, and I seem to like it a lot. It works well. Mirror Force, Ring, Torrential, and Call the Haunted to round off this deck. Next one, I'm going to move on to, this is probably, I'm tempted to say this is my favorite one to play out of all 12 of these. Gravekeeper. It's got triple Spy, double Guard. I play with the ratios a lot in this deck, and this is what I've really decided I like. Double Gravekeeper Assailant, triple Spear Soldier. This guy's awesome. If you know your opponent's playing Scapegoat, it's great to side in United We Stand, and Gravekeepers just spam the board and you just OTK your opponent. One Breaker, double Tsukiyomi, 1 Morphing Jar, and 1 Sangan for the monsters. For spells, we've got the Trinity, triple Necro Valley, double Terraforming. This is great bait to set too, so your opponent pops it with spell and trap removal. They waste it basically. Double My Body as a Shield, double Knock, MST, Heavy, Snatch. For trap cards, I'm running double Judgment, double Compulse, Double Rite of Spirit. The most spicy card in the deck is Deck Devastation Virus. This card wins you games. Ring of Destruction, Mirror Force, Dust Tornado. Honorable mention to Royal Tribute and the other Magic card I named, the Equip one. This is really fun, guys. You know, get offline and play with your people in real life. You know, $5 buy-in GOAT tournaments is the best. Winner take all. You know, I have a lot of friends. We play real GOAT format instead of internet GOAT format. This one here is GOAT Control, my take on it. We got one Air Knight, one Jinzo. He comes in very handy instead of running a second Air Knight because he does have big attack and he can get over Chaos Sorcerers and threats like that. One BLS for the big boys. One Tractor Dragon. This dude is awesome. Nobody sees him coming, and he can just make a King Dragon, and people really have trouble getting over him because Torrential Tribute, Tribe Infecting Virus, and Mirror Force, and like a DD Warrior Lady are the only things that can successfully out him okay. He just makes a very awkward game state. And like I said, get offline, people. Play GOAT format in real life. One Exarian Universe. Asura Priest, Breaker. I cut DD Warrior Lady for Exile Force because he combos so great with Call of the Haunted and Premature Burial. Basically, you can just keep popping your opponent's monsters. Sangan, double Tsukiyomi for the flip monsters. We got double Magician of Faith, one Magical Merchant, one Morphing Jar, one Tribe, and one Sinister Serpent. Spell cards. Triple Trinity, Metamorphosis, double Scapegoat, double Book of Moon, one Spicy Creature Swap. We play 3 Spirit Monsters too, and Goats, and a Sinister Serpent, so that combos very well. Double Knock, Heavy, MST, Snatch, Premature Burial. You're going to see this a lot in my profiles for traps. One Dust Tornado, because it's just necessary. One Sakuratsu Armor, one Mirror Force, one Ring, one Torrential, and one Call to round off my take on GOAT Control. Okay, next one. Here's Chaos Control. One Secret Rare BLS, double Sork for the Chaos Monsters. Triple Shining Angel, and one DD Warrior Lady, double Magician of Faith, one Magical Merchant, double Tsukiyomi, one Breaker, one Sangan, and one ulti-rare Tractor Dragon to make these busted cards here. If you're playing against that Reasoning Gate deck, it's awesome to throw out a Last Warrior and watch them cry. Tribe Infecting Virus, Sinister Serpent for the monsters. Now we'll go on to Magic cards. This is a very fun deck to play. This is, you know, one of the most fun out of all these I have to feature today. We've got the Trinity, triple Metamorphosis. Have your OG GOAT players sign your busted spell cards. Just makes them that much more powerful. Shout out to Zach for the meta sign. Shout out to my wife for signing the GOAT. Double Scapegoat. Double Book of Moon. Double Nobleman of Crossout, the Be Nasty Productions Crossout, Heavy Storm, MST, Snatch Steel, Premature Chris, one Dust Tornado, you're going to see that a lot, Ring of Destruction, Torrential, Mirror Force, Sakuratsu Armors, and a Call of the Haunted. I'm pretty straightforward, guys, when I do these videos. I just feature you the cards. You guys can figure out the combos and all that good stuff yourself. I'll try to explain them a little bit more this time since I don't really go into too much detail because, you know, I talk GOAT format in person, not online. I'm not a big internet person. But anyway, this one is Aggro Beatdown. This is a fun deck to play. Triple King Tiger, triple Enraged Battle Ox. This is a lot of fun because I play a couple copies of the trap card Robin Goblin, and you can just start ripping cards from your opponent's hand with, you know, this monster lineup here. Double Asura Priest. You can rip up. I've ripped up the 3 cards from my opponent's hand with the Robin Goblin and Asura Priest on field, and they had attack position monsters. Double Kaiko, one Blade Knight, one DD Assailant, one DD Warrior Lady, one Exile Force, one Breaker, one Tribe. Spells, we've got the Trinity, double knock, double smashing ground, one MST, one heavy, one snatch, one premature burial. I took out the Sakuratsu armors for the smashing grounds, and I won't go back. I like it like that. Double Robin Goblin, double dust shoot, double dust tornado, triple judgment, one ring, one mirror force, one torrential, and one call of the haunted. Okay, next one. This is Chaos Turbo. Triple Sorcerer, one BLS, triple Thunder Dragon, one ulti Jar, one more Jar, one ulti Dekoichi, double Moth, double Night Assailant, double Tsukiyomi, one Asura Priest, one Breaker, one Sangan, one Sinister. For magics, we go with the Trinity, double Book of Moon. I'm considering putting in a third one. Mind Control's really spicy. Take your opponent's face down, flip monster, flip it face up, and then just banish it with Sork. I took out Tribe Infecting Virus for a Lightning Vortex. I might switch it back, I don't know, but that's pretty spicy because it doesn't take up a normal summon. Card Destruction, double knock, MST heavy, and for traps, this card's fun because this deck can be very explosive, and that can just get you in our Pot of Greed or Nobleman or whatever the hell you need it to be. So Grave Robber got 2 Raigeki breaks, 1 Dust, 1 Ring, 1 Mirror Force, 1 Torrential, and 1 Call of the Haunted. Oh, well, there's another Tribe Infecting Virus just in case I decide to put it back in. All these decks have side decks that are subject to change. I change them all the time because I play with a lot of different folks. This one next is going to be my hand control-ish Gearfried the Iron Knight deck. So triple Gearfried the Iron Knight, 1 DD Assailant, Warrior Lady, Exile Force, Mystic Swordsman, Donnie the Zalug, and Cliff, his little weird partner. Double Abyss Soldier, 1 Serpent, 1 Sangan, 1 Tribe, 1 Breaker, and 1 the Stalos because he's kind of spicy in here. For magic cards, we've got the Trinity, double Rhoda. Shout out to Alex Merritt for Smoke Grenade of the Thief. Then this combos with that. Throw a DD Designator out there. Get rid of pesky Sinister Serpents too. Nobleman, Heavy, MST, Snatch, Premature Burial. For trap cards, this card combos great with several cards in deck. Of course, Gearfried and then Don Zalug. That's always fun. Damage step, rip a card and destroy their monster. Double Dust Shoot, 1 Mind Crush, which is really good in GOAT format, to be honest with you. If you've never tested a Mind Crush in a deck as a 1-up, just try it out. 1 Dust, 1 Ring, 1 Mirror Force, 1 Torrential, and 1 Call of the Haunted to round off the Gearfried hand control. Now we'll get into something a little weirder. This is my take on Clown Control. It's basically a clown engine with a burn deck. So triple of a weirdo Dream Clown Boy, double Camel, double Scarabs. I'll probably play a Dungeon Worm. I just don't have them. I've just found Scarabs. I didn't feel like looking through my collection for the worms. Lava Golem, playing 2 of those. Exile Force, Sangan, and both of the Jars. For magic cards, I'm not even playing duo in this deck because I'm focusing more on burn and field control than I am, the hand. Most of the time your opponent will just have useless cards in their hand anyway because you're playing stall cards like Level Limit, 2 Stumbling, 2 Messenger of Peace for all the stall stuff. For the Burn You Alive, we got triple Wave Motion Cannon. Once your opponent blows through all their back row destruction, they're just kind of screwed against this deck. 1 Rhoda can search out Clown or Exile Force. You got to be able to out Jinzo, or this deck can't perform right. Thousand Eyes Restrict isn't too much of a problem, but Jinzo can be. Double Nobleman. Fortunately, all your stall cards, they're all magic cards, so Jinzo still can't attack you. And Premature Burial to round off all the spells. For the traps, We got triple Secret Barrel, triple Just Desserts, double Ojama Trio, 1-0 Gravity, pretty spicy, Ring of Destruction, Mirror Force, and Call of the Haunted to round off the deck. And then you gotta play those fellas for your Ojama tokens because, come on, they're Ojamas. Alright, next one. Here's some zombies. Got double V-Lord, triple Turtle, triple Regenerating, double Zombira the Dark, double of this funny looking fella, the Mario Kutai. I side in a Polymerization just in case I play against a Reasoning Gate deck, just because it's hilarious to throw a Last Warrior from another planet out there until they snatch steal it, then you're sad. But anyway, got a Breaker, Exile Force, Big Shield Boy, and Sangan for the monsters. For magic cards, the Trinity, double Smashing Ground, one Book of Life, one MST, one Heavy, double Knock, and Snatch Steal and Premature Burial. For trap cards, I'm running double Skill Drain, double Judgment, double Magic Drain, double Saku to protect your little Mario Kutai dude, one Ring, one Mirror Force, Torrential, Call of the Haunted. Alright, next is a deck I'd like to mess with because I think it's fun. It's just another version of Control. This one's, back row Control. It's the anti-spell fragrance kind of build. One Mobius, double Soldier, one Serpent, one Tribe for the water dudes, one Chiron the Mage, double DD Assailant for getting rid of big dudes, Breaker, double Stealth Bird. His defense is no joke, 1700. Swarm of Locusts. Once you get this guy going and start ripping Trinity pieces from your opponent's back row, it's game over. Exile Force, Sangan, Morphing, Cyber. Biggest caveat to this deck is if you don't go first, you're in a bad situation. So some of these decks are just some are more competitive than others. This one's, one of those just fun to play decks. For Magics, you got the Trinity, Knock, Heavy Storm. Activate anti-spell with a set Heavy Storm. Your opponent sets a bunch, and then you storm everybody on your turn. It's pretty cool. Mystical Space Typhoon and Premature Burial for all the magics. For trap cards, I'm running triple Spell Fragrance, triple Dust Tornado. The secondary effect of setting a card on your opponent's turn is very handy. Double Nightmare Wheel, double Sakuratsu. This card here, I play Magic Cylinder. You can also play Ceasefire if you want. That one's pretty good too. Ring of Destruction, Mirror Force, Torrential, and Call of the Haunted to round off this deck. The last deck I got here is this is Exodia, because it's actually fun to play Exodia in GOAT format. Of course, you have to play the man himself. Sangan. People hate getting Exodia, dude. It's hilarious. Triple of the Emissary. These are your 4 cards you just want to keep throwing back on the field and crashing and searching a piece of the Forbidden Man. I'm playing triple Dekoichi, triple Thunder Dragon. You need to have discard fodder in this deck. I'll explain as I go. Dekoichi's pretty cool because if he does get knocked, you thin your deck by 2 monsters most of the time. I'm just playing a Pot and Charity because I don't really care about duo in this deck. Double Upstart because that's all we were allowed. And this card here is what really gets the deck flowing. Monster Reincarnation. So you just keep bringing your recruiters from your graveyard back to your hand, normal summoning them again and crashing them and sending them back to the graveyard to search another piece. You can get 5 pieces of Exodia pretty quick with this deck, as long as your opponent doesn't overwhelm you too fast. Another spicy card I've thought about playing in this deck is one copy of Morphing Jar, because your opponent doesn't really care too much once they see a piece of Exodia in the graveyard, and then all of a sudden you just start bringing them back and you win. It's crazy. Double Book of Moon. Usually when I side, I take these out. You can throw in creature swaps if you want. You can even run recruiters in this deck. Take big guys like Jinzos and things like that. Got Nobleman Across out, Swords of Revealing Light, Premature Burial, Your graveyard is very crucial with this deck to bring cards back. But one attack from Kaiko, the Ghost Destroyer banishes a piece of Exodia. For trap cards, we're running Triple Jar of Greed. You want to set these first so your opponent tries to wipe them out, then you just chain your jars, and then you set your real traps. Double Backup Soldier. I don't know how many times I've resolved this card for game, bringing Exodia pieces back to hand. I've come back from a double duo and a morphing jar with this deck. It was insane. Still won with Exodia. Wall of Revealing Light as your, not play Yu-Gi-Oh card for your opponent. Ring, Mirror Force, Torrential. Ring and Torrential are really good for killing your own recruiters to search that last piece. And Call the Haunted. That's really all I got. I got a bonus deck for you guys, though. I got my grandpa's deck. If you really want to stick around, if you're into this game for nostalgia. But bam, look at all them creatures. I won't bore you with this one, but I think it's pretty dope. Ooh, it's a magic card back then. But anyway, guys, playing GOAT format in real life is a lot more fun than, playing online. Get your people together, play some tournaments, and, here's some of the here's some of the important fusion monsters: the King Dragon, the Last Warrior, the Ojama King, Ryu Senshi, Dragoness, Gatling Dragon, Blade Knight, or Dark Blade, the Dragon Knight, and just for the swag of it. But thanks, guys. I'm Jinzo Jones. Feel free to message me, and if you want to talk some GOAT format, it's cool. All right, peace out.